What's up YouTube? Cliff here from the Sunday Drive. Today we're in front of my mom's new 2019 Chevy Traverse and we're going to take a look at the Smartliner floor mats, see how much of the floor they cover and how well they fit. So let's get right into it. These are the Smartliners by MaxLiner. So at least that's what my shopping cart in Amazon says. So when I was asking around on the forums and Facebook groups, I was getting a lot of recommendations for these. So these are MaxLiners are the ones I ended up putting in my mom's new Traverse. So you can see here on the driver's side where you're going to have the most use. The fitment is really good. Now I don't have another set of covers or floor liners rather to compare this to. So if you do, let me know in the comments if your floor mats cover more. Now I have to say the fit is really good. It comes up maybe about 2 inches right here, so there's a little bit left before it flattens out completely right here, but it butts up right next against this and it fits really well. Right here it comes up right to the flat part of the sill, so you can see there's a nice bit of overlap. Personally, I would prefer if it came out a little more, however that could possibly interfere with the door, so it does fit really well. The only area of fitment that I'm seeing an issue is right here. You can kind of stick a finger back there, but that's getting really nitpicky. Overall, I think these fit really well. Moving to the back here, you can see that this doesn't come all the way up to that footrest, to the top of it anyway. And right back there is how high it goes up on the carpet. So you can see there's still some carpet exposed in the back. And then over here by the gas pedal, it doesn't come up all the way on the side by the center console. However, for most people, this is probably going to be fine. But if you do rest your foot up in this area, you're not going to have anything to protect that other than the plastic itself. But the fit seems really good. Now, you do have these two grommets that GM has here to help the floor mat from sliding forward. So if you pop these up, you got your one there and one on the other side. Now, these don't really clip in very well, meaning it doesn't take me a lot of force to pop this back out. So you can see I'm just using one finger here and I can just lift it right up. However, once you have the weight of your foot on here, it's not going to slide forward and it doesn't seem to really want to pop up on its own. So I think these are going to work well enough, and this area right here is really going to keep it from sliding forward anyway. So let's move on to the passenger side. So here's the front passenger side, and in the exact same spot we were having an issue on the driver's side, there is a little bit of a gap right here, and you can see this is kind of pulling out, so that's not perfect right there. But if you look along the rest, it does fit really well. It comes up to the pretty much the same area on the sill right here and the same spot towards the front of the seat, and it butts up nice and close against that center console, and up in there is how high it goes up. So pretty good coverage. The only complaint I would say is right in this area, but from my experience in installing floor mats in other vehicles, this is usually a pretty common area to have a little bit of a gap. So here in the center of the vehicle, we do have the bench seat. So if you have the captain chairs back here, it's going to be a little bit different from you. But I've went ahead and slid the front seats all the way forward and the middle seat all the way back so that we can see how much this floor mat covers. I have to say it fits really well back here. As you can see right around the center console, it's a really nice tight fit, and it goes up pretty far under these front seats. Keep in mind this front seat is slid all the way forward, so even if you have a passenger with long legs in the back, it should keep their feet on the floor mat. Moving to the side here, it doesn't come up quite as far on the sill as it does up front where it overlaps a little bit, but it does come up right up to this edge. And then one thing I do really like is it has these kind of like tabs that come up between the feet on this bench seat, and this really is going to keep this center floor mat from sliding back and forth. There's also a tab that comes up over here on the passenger side as well, and I just like that because it really is going to keep this locked in place. So if we look back here, you can see that we still have pretty good coverage. It goes up a decent amount under this middle seat. Now, the one thing that I dislike about this third row, and I'm not really sure what they could have done differently about it, except maybe Velcro or something on the bottom, is it will slide forward a little bit, giving you a gap right here at the back. And even when it's all the way back, you still have a little bit of a gap right here. However, right underneath of that is plastic, so it's not a huge deal. One feature that I do really like about this third row is that they have these tabs that come out that press right up against the side, so you're not going to have any sliding movement from side to side. You will have a little bit front and forward, as my brother just kind of moved that forward right there, You can see that it does move forward about that much, and you have about an inch gap, and obviously if you lift it up, it's going to come more. However, the one feature, like I said, I really do like is that it can't slide from side to side. Now, just like with the first 2 rows, the fit is really good. As I said, there is just that little bit of a sliding issue, but there's only so much you can do without adding Velcro or something like that. However, the fit is still really good. Everything looks pretty flush, again, except for in these corners, just like you had an issue up in the front passenger and driver side right there. Now, if you do have the captain chairs, I believe this piece actually connects all the way to the front, so you won't have that sliding issue front and rear because it is one piece for that center walkway area between the 2 captain seats. The rear cargo mat does a pretty good job of protecting the storage area back here. However, I do have one somewhat significant complaint, at least an annoyance to me, is that they don't follow the contour of the vehicle right here, and so they kind of block off this area, and the floor mat does not go inside right there, and I really wish they had done that. Now, I'm not sure if some of the Traverses have something installed right here, and that's why they kind of made this generic. However, I really wish they had followed the pattern of the vehicle right there. Now, another downside to this is while it does stay in place really well while the rear seats are up, when you go ahead and lower these back seats, now obviously when the rear seats are down, those are not going to be protected unless you put some type of seat cover on them. However, I'm not sure if some of the other floor liners have something that will actually fold down with the seats. Maybe it'll sit back up here. If you have something like that, let me know in the comments. But this still really doesn't slide forward, which is nice because there is still a little bit of a lip right here, even when the seats are down. So this still stays pretty stationary, which is nice. That's it, guys. That's an overview of the MaxLiner floor liners in my mom's Traverse. If you guys have any comments or questions, especially if you have a similar brand floor mat, how do they compare? I'm curious if you saw any pros or cons from this floor mat compared to the ones that you have. So definitely leave that information below. I'll have a link to these floor mats as well as some other brands in the description of the video if you want to pick some up for yourself. Since my parents have this new Traverse, I'll probably be shooting a few more videos with it over the next few years, so stick around for that. I also have a lot of other vehicles on the channel if you guys are interested in checking those out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back here next time. And a quick shout out to my little brother. He helped me with the camera work today since Pete was not here and moving some of the seats around, so thanks, buddy.